Hey, what's good? It's the BLONGshow. Back again to kick it with you. Young humanitarian style. We gotta do our thing. We gotta help each other. Help the next person next to you, help the person you don't know. You know, we making a mistake. We continue to blame everybody else and everything else for the mistakes that we making. You know, I just got through chopping some wood today. And I was sitting there thinking about it because the reason that I was chopping wood is every day that I don't go to my full-time job, I go to the gym. Usually I'm at that gym by 5 a.m. or 7 a.m. Today I had a few things to do for somebody, so I didn't get there until around 9:20 a.m. When I got to this gym, there was literally over 100 cars in the parking lot. Now I'm used to about 30 cars being in the parking lot because it's a big gym, so you don't really have to worry too much as long as you keep clean. But over 100 cars in the parking lot, ain't no way I was going in that gym today. You know, we got this COVID thing still flying around, whatever variant that they own now. You know, it's like they count a new one every 3 to 6 months. And then we got this flu running around. Ain't no way I was going in there. These things still popping up on the news. People still popping up sick. You're even hearing about kids dying from the flu right now. And, you know, people just disregard all these things like it's nothing. And then they'll turn around and they'll blame the government. They'll blame the hospital. They'll blame the doctor. They'll blame the nurse. They'll blame everybody but themselves for making the decision that they made. You huffing and puffing in the gym, so, you know, you passing around a whole lot of whatever. I don't even know what to call it, but it's being passed around. It's being breathed up every moment that you're in there, especially when it's loaded like that. And so you turn around and you get on the treadmill. The treadmill's not getting clean after the person got off of it. They dripping sweat if they did any workout. They dripping sweat on the treadmill and all of that. Your feet on there or your shoes. I even saw a girl last week working out with her shoes off. Ask me why anybody would do that in the gym. It just baffles me. You know, you right there where people pushing stuff, like she was in the area where it's a whole lot of traffic, like a lot of foot traffic, because they're pushing the things back and forth with the weights on them. They deadlifting right there. They running right there. They hitting the punching bag right there, the heavy bag. And all of this stuff going on right there where she was, you know, lifting with no shoes on. I'm confused. And the reason I bring up shoes and socks or whatever, you know, most people when they go home, they don't have any Lysol or alcohol at their door or any type of disinfectant where they spraying the rug or the bottom of their shoes when they get home. Me, myself, I keep alcohol bottle of spray in my car, and I spray the rugs in my car to make sure that I'm getting it. And then when you get to my house, it's hand sanitizer and Lysol at the door. So, you know, I didn't deal with the whole COVID situation and not dealing with the flu either right about now. You know, I'm, leaning on God and trying to be smart about being clean. But the problem is the general human being, they're not going to take any precautions and they're just going to say it was everybody else's fault when they get sick. Unfortunately, you know, I'm going to tell you a story. It's real short, about a person that was going against the COVID shot when it was mandatory for us to get the COVID shot. And after it came to a point, they ended up catching COVID, was in the hospital and begged for the shot at that point. But just like the flu shot, if you're sick, you can't get the shot. So they couldn't give her the shot, and eventually, within 2 months, she passed away. That's messed up, because she watched people and helped people and took care of people that had COVID, and she knew COVID was out there. Whether she knew it was COVID or she thought it was something else, she knew something was going on. But she just went against it and didn't want it. And then when it boiled down to it, it seemed like the main thing was that she was just fighting the cause. Do I agree with the vaccinations? No, because I don't agree with the virus. All this stuff is man-made, and it's a man-made objective behind it. But at the same time, I'm caught up in this world with everybody else. So I'm gonna follow the path of the place that's gonna take me to the least pain that I'm gonna have, or the least heartache I'm gonna cause somebody else. So that's why I got the first 2 shots. Have I been getting these following shots? No, because I'm watching the people that jump on getting vaccinations right away, and only thing happening is they end up sick after the vaccination. It's not really doing anything for them. Do I get the flu shot? Most definitely, every year. The flu is rough, and people don't give it enough respect no more because it's been around so long. But if you get the flu, you'll start respecting it after that, because that flu is painful. And I want y'all to realize and remember and think about, the pandemic wasn't a mistake. The only mistake might have happened is one of the big government entities tried to rush and get their project started before the rest of them. And so they jumped it off too soon. That's about the only thing that happened as a mistake with COVID. It's a variant of SARS. I feel like they did it on purpose. And why they did it on purpose, it was a test for whatever. That's way beyond me. I'm not that deep into trying to track and figure out what the governments have going on and what they different trials and stuff that they're trying to do. But I got enough sense to know that they know what was going on. They knew what was happening and why. And so when they said, okay, we got the vaccination, of course I'm gonna take it. I know that at that point they've already completed the research that they was doing on people. It's just like HIV and AIDS. Why did that just pop up all of a sudden? People didn't start practicing homosexuality recently in the last 50 years. Homosexuality didn't just pop up in 50 years. I mean, think about it. Julius Caesar was practicing homosexuality. If you look back in the Bible and you look back at some of the pictures, it was orgies going on. I mean, you can even go all the way back into the story of Sodom and Gomorrah. It was homosexuals. They came and they wanted to have sex with the 2 angels that went into the gentleman's house. He offered them his daughter. I can't understand why somebody would do that, but he offered them his daughter. They said they didn't want his daughter. They wanted the man. So homosexuality been going on a long time. How HIV and AIDS just pop up? And then there was no cure for this disease, but somehow Magic Johnson is doing great today. There was no cure for this disease, but all of a sudden now there's a vaccination or a pill treatment that makes it almost impossible for it to be detected that you had a virus. So I'm just saying, don't be stupid, and pay attention and just watch. Be careful. Whatever they did with HIV and AIDS, that's a powerful thing, because think about it. All of us got whatever that thing that they did. Like, whatever they did, all of us got a dose of it. Because now any of us can get HIV or AIDS. So either all of us got a dose of it or it's still being passed around. I don't know. But I just want you to think about the craziness and stop blaming everybody else and just start paying attention. Watch what you're doing as a human being. Grow your morals. You know, pay attention to what's happening around you. And then make decisions. Don't just live. A lot of us just living. Getting drunk and high every day or every weekend, partying, and just doing stuff. And then we blame everybody else for the stuff that's going on. You know, and then we tend to just try to forget about all of the different stuff. Like, people don't even think about HIV and AIDS unless they have sex with somebody and they find out the person is nasty, or they knew it before but they was drunk and high so they did it anyway, or didn't use a condom, or the condom broke, and then they decide to think about HIV, AIDS, or pregnancy, and then that's when that come into play. But all the time before, they ain't even thinking about it. They ain't even worried about it. But then they blame somebody else for it. You know, people get these different diseases and they blame the person that they got it from, or that they think they got it from. How? You indulged in it. The only way you can blame another person is if y'all sit down and talk about it. And most of the time, people ain't talking about nothing. They ain't asking no questions. Only question they asking is we about to do this? What you like? You like that? They ain't asking, like, when the last time you've been tested? Do you go to the doctor annually? You know, do you have any underlying disorders, or is it anything wrong with your organs? Anything wrong with your body? Are you on any medications? The same thing that the doctor asks you when you go to the doctor, you should ask the person that you plan on being with. Whether you plan on being with them long time or short time. Maybe you should even print out one of those questionnaires and just give it to the person. You know, even if, you know, you just plan on one night stand. Stop blaming other people, because we ain't doing what we supposed to do. This the BLONGshow. I'll see y'all later. I'm out.